Hello everyone, good evening. You are welcome to our Facebook Live this evening. I'm Lawi Curtis and I'm your host here. I will be taking us through the second part of our live webinar which we started last week. And the topic we've been covering has been how to earn steady six-figures income in your fashion business. Okay, as you join us online, indicate in the comments and let us know that you are here. God bless you. Welcome, and it's going to be a wonderful time. We have just an hour together, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you. Okay, so indicate in the comments when you are live. Now, thank you very much. Okay, so last week we started with the foundation that we laid, on earning six figures, and the foundation was about carving a niche for yourself, identifying where your strengths are in the industry, so that you can make the most. Okay, I'm trying to look at my notes here, so I can be up to speed. So thank you guys for coming online. I can see that you are here. Okay, last week we talked about having a niche, which was part of the foundation laying. We talked about defining your market, and also identifying the channels through which you can reach out to your target audience. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so today I'm going to be running us through a few of the points that I have here. Well, this is a webinar where I'll be pointing things out to us in order to guide us. However, there is the aspect of implementation. So in terms of implementing the things that you learn in this webinar, you may go solo with it, right? And I'm sure you definitely get results. Or you could work with me and my coaching team to guide you and hold you through the process of the transformation you desire as you implement lessons learned in this class. So shortly we'll get started. I'm logging in to Facebook on my other phone because here I am using the landscape format of video recording, so I won't be able to see the comments while I'm talking. In case you have questions to ask, you can pop in the comment section, and I'll be checking through with my second device, right, where I'm logging on onto Facebook. So it's going to be quite interactive tonight. So welcome to class. Thank you very much. Okay, for the basics of building an income base that generates six figures for you. Now, this is what we need to understand. You cannot achieve a goal you did not set. You can't achieve a goal that you do not set. And that is why some of the points I put up here include setting goals. Now, for your business to grow, it has to be an intentional effort on your part. And by being intentional, I mean that you set sales goals, you set growth goals. So I will be delving more into the growth, into the sales goals, because without the sales goals, you can't really achieve growth, as it were. Money makes the world go round. Money makes your business to grow. That is something we need to please take to heart. Okay, so yeah, I'm here now and I'm following live in the comments. Okay, I'll reduce the comments. Yeah. Okay, so like I said earlier, setting sales goals is just one of the many steps that you need to go through, and then it's part of goals anyway. So let me break it down to us. If you want to accomplish a six-figure income in your fashion business, you need to learn to do what more successful people do, that is setting sales goals. Now, setting sales goal is a fundamental capability you need to develop. By capability, I mean an innate habit, an innate strength that you possess. Now, when you don't set sales goals, you don't have a business yet. What you have is a hobby that may fetch you income occasionally or may not. And you can't have measured growth when you don't set sales goals. That is why I always emphasize, for anyone who has decided that they want to go into business, they want to be entrepreneurs and want to build profitable enterprises, setting sales goals is very critical. Now, when I say setting sales goals, it is first affirming to yourself a desired income number, income figure rather, that you want to experience, and writing it down being the second step. Because there's a difference between you desiring something and writing it down. When you write what you desire down, then you have brought it from the unseen realm to the physical realm, because you've captured the idea in the ethereal world. You've captured it and given it a semblance of life by writing it down on paper, by writing it down in your notepad, right? By typing it out on any device where you capture your ideas. Once you write it down, you unlock the forces of nature. For instance, once a baby is delivered, the next thing required of the baby is to grow. However, there are things that the baby needs to grow. For example, the baby needs breast milk, to nurture it to grow. A man is born as a baby. A woman is born as a baby. The bones that they need in their body to walk the surface of the earth as men and accomplish great things have already been created complete in them. What they need is the food to nurture them. The food to nurture them, so that those bones can grow and they can accomplish the things that they are capable of, In the same way, when you capture your goal on paper, it is akin to delivering a baby, and every resources that is needed for that baby to grow will be available. They will just find a way of locating you, just like the breast milk is already, in the body of the mother that birthed the baby. So you also, the things that you need to accomplish the goal that you have set and written down, which you have birthed by writing it down. Now, all the resources you need, they are within you. All that matters is that the universe begins to connect, opportunities for you to accomplish it, which is why setting sales goal is very important. Before I continue, I need to give us a quick shout out. Abasiama Joy Charles, thank you very much for being here. Adidamola Akwejua, it's a pleasure to have you here. Adeze Dexy Ono, my personal person, Dexy Creation. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being the co-host of the business structure, class that we hold on Sunday. It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I'm sure we're going to be learning together, and I can see the good work you're doing with your students in your fashion school. I already posted it where your children were asking you what other solutions can you provide aside from clothing people in the fashion space. Wonderful write-up. Thank you. Precious Eric Power, you're welcome. I appreciate you too. Okay, so I've done a quick shout out, and then I think we need to continue. Okay, so guys, setting sales goals is the determinant of your growth financially within your fashion business. It is very critical that you set them. Now the question is this: how much are you going to set as a sales goal? Well, I'm going to take it at the basic level, right? We don't need to flog the matter too much. Setting sales goal is determinant on many factors. Yeah, many factors that impact on setting sales goal. However, this is what I usually tell people. See, if you're going to set sales goal in this new Nigeria, I think you should set a sales goal of 100,000. Yeah, 100,000 naira as a sales goal. Considering the state of our economy, considering the realities that surround us, considering the cost of living in most parts of the country, especially if you are in major urban centers like Lagos and Abuja and Port Harcourt and Co. You may need to set a high figure for your sales goal. Now, please let me break it down to us. Right, for some of us, it looks like it's a far-fetched thing to set a sales goal of 100K, minimum. And you're like, that's a lot of money. I've never made 10,000 before in my life. I've never made 20,000. I'm struggling to even get customers. Yeah, I understand that it is natural, right? It is very, very natural to have such kind of anxieties, and fears, so to speak. But the truth of the matter is this: in my working with fashion entrepreneurs, I found out that if you really, really want to do well in the fashion space in Nigeria, you need to set yourself above the prevailing poverty that is afflicting many people that operate in the fashion industry in Nigeria. Very few fashion designers are doing above 100K per month. And many people that have come across who love fashion so much, right, that they can give their lives literally to fashion. They are contemplating dropping their passion to look for a regular job. Why? Because they just can't find a headway through surviving and thriving financially in this industry. So that is why anybody who comes my way, one of the first things I let them understand is that there's a need for a mindset shift. There's a serious need to change the mindset. And along this line is having a mindset that it is possible to earn 6 figures. The lowest 6 figure you can set for your fashion business as a sales goal is 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira is not above you. Now let's do some calculation. Let's play with some numbers. Okay, assuming that for the kind of fashion that you make, so for some of us we're into ready to wear, for some of us we're into bespoke tailoring. In fact, the larger percentage of Nigerian fashion designers and tailors, right, are into bespoke tailoring, a larger percentage. So I will talk to that audience right now. For most of us in the bespoke tailoring space, right, setting a sales goal of 100K, right, and using an example of your pricing at, for example, 5,000 naira, which means that on the average, a customer approaches you and brings fabric, discusses a design concept with you, so you can sew clothes for them, and you guys agree on a design. You take measurements, you agree dates of delivery and dates of fitting, and days of the day of delivery, and then you discuss price. If on the average you decide to charge 5,000 naira per outfit, on the average, it means for you to gross an income of 100,000 naira in a month, you will need to sew 20 outfits. 20 outfits. Those are the numbers of outfits that you need in order for you to earn 100K. Now, okay, I can see a few of us. These are your welcome. Benedict, Modupa Deji, you guys are welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so like I was citing, for you to hit 100K at 5,000 naira on the average per outfit that you sew, it means you need to sell 20 units. If you are charging above 5,000, then the number of outfits you need to sew in order to hit a 100K income bracket, right, begins to drop. For instance, if you are charging 8,000, right, you are charging 8,000, how many clothes do you need to make? You need to make 10 clothes at 80K, right? and then we have two more clothes at 16, that's 96. Then one more clothes. So on the average, 13 clothes, and you will get over about 104,000 naira in income if you are charging 8,000 per outfit on the average. If you are charging 10,000 on the average for your bespoke tailoring services, then it means that you need to sew only 10 outfits in 1 month. Now, for you to get 10 outfits sold in 1 month, you don't need 10 customers. You don't need 10 customers. You may meet 2 customers who would place 10 orders for 10 outfits between themselves, and that will total to what? 100,000. I mean, I have one of us, Adiza, in April, while the lockdown was on, and the pandemic had set in the Nigerian space, right? And then many fashion designers were struggling, to earn income. I talked to them in their program. She's in the Version 6 Pro coaching program that I run, and then I told them there's a need to change, your orientation. There's a need to reinvent your business. There's a need to diversify, as it were. And I said, for those that cannot go into health-related fashion, like personal protective equipment, as well as face mask. Yeah, for those that can't go into that space, well, they may just have to ride it out, with fashion, and talk to their customers who can place orders, make payments in advance, and pick later. Incidentally, Adiza sent a message to me on WhatsApp where in one day, one customer picked about 8 outfits and paid 150,000 for those outfits, and said, I'm going to make payment, cash payment. She transferred 150k to Adiza, the customer was in Lekki, that transferred to her, and said, when the lockdown is lifted, then you can deliver to me. She doesn't know, or at the time she didn't know that person. Apparently, the customer landed on her Instagram page, saw the collections he had listed, because Adiza is into modest outfits, and loved those pieces, then placed order in the middle of lockdown. She was like, Coach, I just hit 150,000 naira sale in one day. Whoa. And then she didn't look back. Till today, she's still selling out. We had a coaching call yesterday for Fashion 6 Pro members, a video call, on Zoom. And she mentioned something that really inspired me. She said that same customer still ordered for more, which means she made a sale of well over 200k from one customer. So when it comes to certain sales goals, like I just mentioned, I said you write it down. If you don't write a sales goal, if you don't write it down, you cannot attract the opportunities for it to come. So when you write it down, what you have done is you have made a demand on the universe. Yeah, this universe we are in, it has a life force of its own. You have made a demand on the universe. And the moment you make a demand on the universe that I desire to possess 100,000 naira in sales this month, then the universe will listen to you and begin to order your steps to find opportunities for that you desire to become a reality. Well, I read this in the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I've applied in my life, and I found that this thing actually works, right? It gets to some point that your mind may not be able to conceive some income brackets, and then you need to do a mind reset. It happens. But for what I'm saying to you, don't get it twisted. When you set a sales goal and you desire to earn 100,000 naira as a sales goal minimum in your business, the opportunities to accomplish it will come. Now that said, I said ideas will start flowing to you on what you can do, who you can reach out to, offers you can create in order for that figure that you are aiming for to be accomplished. So guys, like I said, you need to set sales goal. I mean, that's the first point, that I've had to raise here. Now, I need to now quickly mention about pricing. Pricing is very central to accomplish any sales goal that you set. For me, I want to make $1 million in sales in a month, and I have a coaching program that is built at 50K. Then it means I need 20 people to accomplish that sales goal. Well, I may put in the effort and be fortunate at the end of the month to attract the 20 people I'm looking for or more. Or I may get lesser than 20. But then, because I set my eyes on that particular figure, the opportunities that flow my way, the ideas that come to mind will all be in the region of accomplishing that sales figure. That is how it works. And we need to please understand this principle and stick to this principle. So, my dear friends, watching me right now, please appreciate the concept of setting sales goals. And like I mentioned, when you set your sales goals, write them down. When you write them down, your mind begins to attract ideas relative to accomplishing it. And remember, I mentioned that the sales goal you set will be easier accomplished when your pricing is in order. So I'm going to talk about pricing right now. Right. So when it comes to pricing, the beautiful thing I've noticed about pricing is this. It's a psychological thing. Pricing is also a matter of the heart. If you don't get your pricing right, you will suffer financially. Yeah. I've seen several places where they were like, okay, how much should I charge for this dress? How much should I charge for these designs? I'm on WhatsApp groups. I own WhatsApp groups, right? I'm on Facebook groups where people post pictures of designs that they want to make for customers, and they are asking, the general public to help them figure out the price they should charge for that outfit. And I'm amazed at the ignorance of many people. A customer is with you, wants to make an outfit. You are asking us to give you an example of a price you should charge, when in fact we do not know who the customer is. We have no idea, what financial capabilities they have. We don't even know who they are. And we want to give you an advice of price. What if we give you a price that will chase the customer away? Or what if we give you a price that will shortchange you and not guarantee you a profit? We need to think along these lines. That is why I came up with the concept of happy price. And by happy price, I mean you charge a price that will make you happy. Yeah. Happiness is not the same thing as greed. Please don't get it twisted. Happiness is not the same thing as greed. Greed is when you charge an exorbitant price well above your cost of production, such that you begin to feel guilt, about the amount that you have called. Then that is greed. For someone who makes an outfit and charges 250,000 and doesn't feel bad about it, that is not greedy. But you make an outfit for someone, or you're about to charge for an outfit that you're making for a client, and in your heart of hearts, you know that when you call 250K, your heart is beating fast. You are very uncomfortable with the amount that you have called. You feel like you are ripping off the other party, because you realize that the profit margin on it is about 100,000. Yet in you do not have that muscle to claim it. Please, my dear, oftentimes the reason why you're feeling the discomfort isn't always because you are afraid. It's because you know that you are violating your spirit man. Yeah. You feel like you are crossing the boundary. Please, when you get to such points in any pricing situation that you find yourself, listen to your instincts, listen to your intuition, because pricing and selling is a psychological thing. You can suffer post-traumatic price disorder, or maybe post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, related to pricing. Yes, because every other time the guilt trip will be coming in, even when you are now capable of calling 50K to 50,000 as it were and not be afraid. You will find that guilt trip coming in and messing up your head and making you make bad decisions in your pricing. So there's a thin line between, pricing for greed and pricing for profit. Yes. So everyone should grow at their level. Oh, okay, I'm a coach, I'm a business coach. Oh, okay. And then I know another business coach is charging his clients, and he's charging them 500K, per session. And I'm charging, say, 100K per session. I won't jump to charging 500K to compete with him, because I'm violating myself, my inner peace. I want to grow also in the process, so that by the time I get to the point I'm charging 500K, I'm rest assured that I have spent 400K, 500K on other people to coach me, to train me and stuff. I'm along that line. I've grown in the process. Okay, so for us, please, the point I'm making is this: don't go overboard in your pricing, so that you don't ruin your emotions, you don't ruin your chances in the future. There's something about the unseen realm that surrounds us. So I want to go into that tonight, but then I just want you to know that whatever we accomplish in life is not by our own power. So in the same way, when your spirit man is giving you a caution, right, not to go beyond a particular figure, please listen. It's for your future good. Yep. Okay, that's the subject for another day, another time. Okay. Back to pricing. I said happy pricing is very key. Happy pricing rides on the concept of happiness. When a customer pays you an amount that makes you happy, you find yourself doing the job with joy and happiness, and your creativity will come into play, will come in full force, and by the time you are done with the work, that joy with which you work will reflect in the outcome of that production. Many tailors and designers that I know are struggling financially. When I interview them and we get talking, I found out that they have built over time a reputation as clothes spoilers, a reputation of a delaying tailor, as people that are not consistent, people that cannot be that are not trustworthy. Yes, they build that reputation with their customers, and they don't understand for the life of them why they always attract people that are always struggling with them when it comes to pricing. What I learned, in my association with such people, advising them and counseling them, is that their mistakes is they collect an amount that does not make them happy for the jobs, especially when those fashion styles are complicated. Eventually, when they deliver to the customer is dissatisfied, they themselves are not happy. They were not happy while doing the job, and the final outcome, the joy that they expected to see on the face of the customer, like, oh, thank you for this work, they didn't get it. And it's a life of struggles financially. Please, I'll plead with you, do not collect jobs that will not make you happy because of their pricing, because of the price you charge. I would rather that you get a paid job, maybe on full-time or part-time basis, and conscientiously build your brand, because low pricing is not a guarantee of a glorious future. It is most of the time a guarantee of a hard time. So if you want to do well, please learn to charge a price that makes you happy. There's a formula I've coined, for happy price, and on the fly, it's is that every clothing job that you collect, because I'm addressing fashion designers and tailors in these guys, every clothing project you pick up is a project on its own. I mean, every clothing that you pick up, offer you pick up from a customer to make for them, it's a project on its own. You need to sit down and calculate the cost of getting that project done. Okay, what are the cost of the needles I'm using, the threads I'm using, the linings I'm using, everything that goes into making that particular outfit? What are the costs of these things? You need to calculate them per project, per cloth that you are making, right? And when you are done calculating this, then you can now figure that as the cost price. Then you need to now decide how much will you be happy to collect, at the end of the day, when you have deducted the cost of production. How much would you like to have at hand as the profit for your labor? That is where the happy price concept comes in, because it is guaranteed in the profit margin. So like I said, right, your cost of production per clothing that you are making, you need to calculate it separately per cloth. Then you figure how much will you like to have as a reward for your labors. When you figure that out, then you now add a third element called your negotiation margin. Because when it comes to bespoke tailoring especially, there will always be price haggling, that is negotiations, bargaining, a duel of wits in terms of customer trying to get some reduction in the price, so that it can be a bonus for them, it can be like a win for them, and you also trying to reduce the amount that you cut off from the outfits you're making, so that you can have a profit. So let's give an example. A customer has brought an outfit for you to make for them. They have some clothing for an outfit to make for them. You decided the style that the customer prefers, and it's time for you to calculate and tell them how much you will charge. I tell people, do not ever call price for your customers offhand rather, without calculating. Always have a journal with you. Write down the cost. Do a rough estimate of the cost of producing that outfit. That is your cost of production. If you are going to work with a tailor who is working for you, that is a staff who is working for you, or if you are going to do the job yourself, you can as well add workmanship. That is the cost per clothing, the labor cost per clothing. You add that to it. So let's assume that the cost of the materials that you will use is not more than 1,500 or 2,000, and then you decided that okay, you are going to pay yourself or whoever works for you 2,000 naira as their workmanship. That means that your total cost of production is 4,000 naira. Now, the 4,000 naira is in two places. That is the cost of the materials you will use, and then the workmanship mixed together forms the cost of production, right? Now, once you know the cost of production to be 4K, Now, what is the profit that you want to have on that amount? So you may decide that if it's going to cost me 4,000 naira to get this job done, well, I'll prefer to have another 4,000 naira in my account on each outfit I make, as my profit, which means that workmanship will take care of my salary at the end of the month, depending on the number of outfits I sew. Whereas I should have left in my bank account if a set figure. So if 4,000 is the cost of your production, then you could say your profit margin is 4,000. Now at this point, if you feel like you would like to collect 6,000 naira as your profit money after all is said and done, good. And if you feel like you cannot collect less than 10,000 naira, fine by me. The only thing I will not accept is the profit margin that you will add on top of the outfit, that the cost of production must not be less than the cost of production. So if it's going to cost you 4,000 naira to make an outfit, do not add a profit margin of 3,000 or 2,000. No, your business will not grow. You will be a struggler for the better part of your business life in fashion space. So minimum, you make you add exactly the amount that it costs to produce the outfit, or you do double of that. So in my case, I may decide that, okay, since the cost of production is 4,000, I'm going to charge 6,000 as my profit, which means the total will be what? 10,000. So which means I'm going to call for this customer a price of 10,000 per outfit. That's it. Before I mention 10,000 to the customer, I will then add an extra money, which may not be much. I could add an extra 4,000. The 4,000 I had is what I call my negotiation margin. What is that for? Well, that is the amount that me and the customer can take out our cutting knife and together start cutting it. Yes, cutting it off. That is what I use as my bargaining chip. So when they are giving the customer the final price, oh ma'am, it's going to cost you 14,000. Sir, it's going to cost you 14,000. Then let the customer tell you, oh, it's so expensive, I can't afford it. Then you ask them, please, what's your budget? And they tell you what their budget is, and then you do what? You negotiate back and forth. So if they tell you they can't pay more than 10,000, automatically you know that 10,000 was the exact price you would have called earlier. So you are in a safe zone. However, there's a rule of negotiation that I would like to chip in. Do not always agree to the exact amount that the customer is requesting. It is not always a safe bet. Yeah, we are not in the pricing class right now. I'm just sharing these insights with you. Do not always agree to the exact amount that the customer asks. Instead, you can add a little on top of it, so that it won't look like they can call the shots and then you are obedient. Next time they are going to cut a bigger deal than you can accept. They are going to play bigger deal. They are going to play hard and fast on you. So that's why I said that. So that said, the next thing I would like you to know is this: when customers are negotiating with you and they are haggling the price, bargaining back and forth, the money that you willingly let go out of your price should be within that negotiation margin. So if, for instance, the cost of production for me is 4,000 and the profit margin I desire to have is 6,000, it means my total is what? 10,000. And I want to call a price for the customer. I may say it's 15,000, which means I've added a profit margin of 15 or negotiation margin of 5,000. Now the customer and I will be haggling back and forth in terms of I would accept this price, and we may end up settling for 11,000, which means that I've cut off 4,000 out of my negotiation margin and I'm left with what? 11,000. My original price would have been 10k. With the negotiation skills I've deployed, I've even earned an extra 1k, which made it round off at 11,000. That's how you play the ball when it comes to negotiating prices and all. When it is about ready to wear, now ready to wear is in any form, right? It can be ready to wear accessories, it can be ready to wear clothing, outfits, and it can be ready to wear what? Shoes, footwear. You already know the cost that it took to create just one piece of your product. Whatever that cost is, add your profit margin. Your profit margin is the amount that you want as your own gain for your labors. And you can also add the negotiation margin if you like, so that in case you are giving out discounts or in case you are negotiating with customers, because it's not every part of the world that the exact price you put up is what the customers will buy. So to strike a balance, you may need, right, to include all of these elements. So this pricing formula I just shared with you works across board, whether you are into ready to wear or you're into bespoke tailoring. So now that you know this that I've mentioned, you know the dynamics that has gone into coming up with your pricing. Not that you were just calling an arbitrary figure, then we can build on it. Now I'll need to please make a request in the comment section, right? Do help me type the highlights of this webinar. That is the key points that you gather, that strikes you. Please, I would appreciate if you can write them in the comment section. It will go a long way for those who watch later to catch up on what has been said. Okay, so far so good. I've talked about setting a sales goal, which is an exact figure that you want to earn, and also I've talked about pricing, which goes a long way in helping you attain the sales goal that you have set. And I've mentioned something about the unit sales that you need to make in order for you to accomplish your sales goals. So 3 key things are put to the test here. I've put to us here. They are the set sales goal written down, the price point at which you want to sell, and 3, the units that you need to sell at those price points in order for you to accomplish your sales goals. I've taken the pain to go all out, break it down, so that when you are alone by yourself and you want to set sales goals, this thing will look real to you, will look achievable to you. And I've given us an example, right? Example of the reason why I said if you are in the Nigerian space, certain sales goal should start at 100k. 100,000 naira is highly needed right now as an income bracket, because it helps you to live not so comfortably. Well, for some people, any 100k a month is the beginning of their breakthrough. In fact, for most people, including myself, when I started out, earning my first 100,000 naira in a month was a big deal, which is why I have taken the pains to always state it here. You see me talking about earning 6 figures and the likes. Yes, it is not just rhetoric. It is not rhetoric. It is the reality of the situation we are in Nigeria right now. When you earn 100,000, your chances of living a better life increases than someone who earns lower than 100k. So guys, please, 100K is not an impossible sales goal to have. Other than this, what I would have said is, A, set a sales goal of an amount that you feel is realistic to you and is achievable. Then you do what? Decide the price point that you're going to use, and then come up with the number of units you need to sell to achieve that sales goal. And then I could have done a lot of examples for us, and then we beat back and forth, just so we can try to convince ourselves that what I've shared works. You need to practice this to know whether it works or not. I'm saving you the stress of setting a sales goal of 40,000 when you could have set a sales goal of 100,000 and achieve it in 30 days. Only for you in the nearest future to now realize that, hey, and I could have done better. So guys, please set yourself a goal, and that goal is, I want to make my first 100K. That is, if you have not made a 100K before. For those who are doing above a 100K, fine, just continue with this model I've set for you, in terms of setting the figure, that you desire as your goal, the amount you want to accomplish, you want to have as a sales. Now, the second part of it is that you figure out the pricing that you know you are comfortable with, which can guarantee you a profit. Now, the profit is where your future lies, because if you do not earn good profit, you cannot plan bigger. That's just reality. You can't plan bigger, but when you earn a profit, a good profit, then you can think better, you can plan better, and then aim for greater heights, and then God willing, things fall in place, and then you move to the next level. So that's what I have to tell you in terms of setting sales goals. So I have a point here that I put up, which is setting sales goals in ladders. I would like to quickly explain that. See, when it comes to setting sales goals, right, in ladders, what I mean by that is, don't rush to make 100K. Don't rush to make ₦1 million as monthly sales. Don't rush to make 500,000 as your monthly sales. Do not rush to make 7 figures in one sitting. Success is a process. Success in business is a process. Please, somebody help me write that in the comment section. Success in business is a process. Growth in life follows a process. When I started this session, I pointed out to us, right, the analogy of a newborn baby. A newborn baby is delivered with a complete set of bones. All the bones that a newborn baby needs to succeed, to grow and to do great things in life. They are all in its body from the moment it's born. That's the beauty of life. They are all in the body when that child is born. However, that child needs to be nourished with food so that the bones can grow, and as the bones grow, so does the capacity of the child increases. Now, what a baby can do is not as much as what a toddler can do. Hope you know that a baby, an infant that is still sitting, just sitting and not crawling, cannot scatter the house, cannot mess up the whole, the living room. But a little child that has started crawling, oh, God help the parents. Everything in the house is a target. They can turn a well-arranged living room upside down. I mean, we see a lot of pictures on social media, right? Little kids doing wonders, and to them it's not evil. Well, it's not evil because that's the beauty of childhood. The things that a little child that can walk can do, the things that a little child that can walk can do, are more than the things that a child that crawls can do. Whereas the things that a child that can crawl, right, that can do, are more than the things that a child that is sitting in one position can do. In the same vein, earning income in your business, right, is a process. You grow from one income range to another, and to another. That's how we grow. You don't jump from one income range to a higher income range just overnight. Let me give you an instance. You started your fashion business aiming for your first 100k, and you've been doing 60 70, and then you reach 100k. When you look back on your journey, you will be able to identify specific things that you did along the line that helped you to get to that 100k. Then you can look higher and say, I want to move from 100k to 200,000 per month. Now, it means that there are new things you need to learn that would help you to make 200k a month. You may not get to the 200k immediately, but you will definitely get there over time. And when you look back, you would have discovered some new secrets of what helped you to get to 200k, which means that in your lifetime, even when you lose everything around you, even when you have to relocate to a new place to start life again, you already are empowered with the necessary knowledge and the practical wisdom of what to do to start from scratch and grow to 200k within 3 months. That is what I'm referring to as growing your income in ladders. But if you were doing 100k over and over again, then suddenly you spike to 800,000 naira a month. Wow, that would be a wonderful experience. That would be a great joy. That would be so exciting. Like, I spiked up from 100k to 800,000. That was lovely. That is beautiful. Give or take, in 30 days time, when you enter into a new month or a new 30-month cycle, and the question pops in your head that how do I repeat that success of 800,000 naira? What I've seen in most cases is that people panic. They just can't figure it out. What did I do that generated for me this particular income bracket that I got in? Now, the funny thing is this: if you jump from, say, 100k income bracket to 800k overnight, you will live in fear more than you will live in peace, because you do not know, or you may not be able to figure out what really worked and made you have such leap. So my point here is this: while it is very okay to have occasional surges in your income, it is more okay, if I can use the word, to grow in layers and in layers. Because when things happen to you and there's a setback and you need to work again, work again on your business and what have you, you know that you are equipped with the wisdom and the knowledge of what to do to get to that height. That is the message I'm trying to give you here. So that said, my next point is so I need to look through my notes for the topics. Oh my. Okay. So like I was saying, learn to grow your income in ladders. So grow from one level of income to another. Document all the things that you learned that worked for you and helped you to get to that point. Then move to another level. So my advice to you is this: you can use the law of double increase. The law of double increase in this case means that when you reach a particular income level, aim for twice that amount as your next level. So if you aim for your first 100k as your starting point and you hit the 100k, then double that figure to 200,000 naira as your next income bracket that you are aiming for. Then when you get to 200,000, then aim for 400k as your next income bracket. And then when you get to 400k, aim for 800,000. The beauty of this concept I've shared with you is that you will keep growing, because you will know of a way you will know of how did they say it now? I'm sure of English. You will know for a fact that there are new things that you need to learn in order for you to get to the next level. Now, this may require, for instance, you doing some trainings, you investing in coaching classes, you getting new books, you reading more online on particular areas that you know you need in your business so you can grow. So that said, your progress will be sustainable. That's the point that I've been trying to make. Yeah, thank you for that. So that is all there is to growing your income in ladders. Please generate sales in ladders so that when there's any setback, you can always retrace your step and scale up again. That's how successful people who have enduring wealth, that is how they build their wealth. They build the capacity. So, for instance, I'll tell people when they ask about the Fashion 6 basic coaching program, and I tell them it's about increasing your income earning capacity, which is the same thing as increasing your income earning power. So, point giving. I would like you to hold on to this that I've shared, as you journey through your growth. Please let me do a quick recap. In this webinar, I have stated for a fact that you should work towards 100k as your first income bracket if you have not gotten to 100k. Then from 100k, you can now aim for double of that. That's when the income ladder thing I talked about, right, comes into place. And then you are growing in stages, with assurance that setbacks will not set you back. Rather, setbacks will be a relaunch. A setback will look like you are being pulled back right in the cleft of a catapult, ready to be unleashed, to your next level. Thank you so much, guys. I can see in the comment section you've been doing awesome. Yeah, the comments here, John Nkechi Grace, thank you so much. I can see you wrote here that when you set income in ladders, it keeps your progress sustainable. Thank you. That is the key word. Yeah, I can see Emmanuel Umoke here, and Madu Favor Chibuikem already wrote that success in business is a process, just like success is a process. I can see Adiza here, she's written setting sales goals in the Nigerian space. Setting sales goals starting at 100k is necessary to help meet the average standard of living. Thank you, Adiza, you nailed it. And then I see Precious Eric here, not always agreeing to the customer's prices so as to not give them an upper hand on how much they pay for your services. Thank you. You nailed it very well. Very well. Thank you so much. Nzekweru Nkeru said wisdom. Interesting. So you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. I like what Adisa said here. Adisa already captured some of the points I made, right? Document all the things you learned that worked for you in the previous sales level and apply it to get to the next desired level. Yes. And then you need to also invest in yourself via coaching programs, reading books, trying to capture the rest, and so on, to help you in increasing your income earning capacity. You nailed it, Adisa. That is what I've been talking about. So guys, I hope you can see from these points I've been raising that when it comes to investing in, say, coaching programs, you are not wasting your money. Well, you are wasting your money if you register with people who do not understand the process to success, people who do not understand what it takes to handhold someone, and help them as they are taking baby steps and making mistakes, and correcting their steps until they can stand on their feet. So I understand there's a lot of issues when it comes to getting online training and stuff like that, but then the truth of the matter is that whoever works with you as a coach, right, is standing in the gap for you, helping you, as holding your hand as you go along. So you may consider Fashion 6 business school to help you, starting with the basic coaching program, that is the Fashion 6 basic. So before I continue with the other points I need to make, I said we won't do more than an hour. We are past an hour already. I think we need to wrap up very soon. A big shout out to the Bespoke Royale. That is my very good friend Shedra Kazume. He chatted me up about 2 days ago, letting me know that having watched one of these Facebook Live webinars that I held, that he's going to give me, new shirts, and I'm wearing one of the shirts from TBL. Can you see? So I'm repping the TBL brand. Thank you so much, Shedra Kazume, for this that you're doing here. You're making me look beautiful for the cameras. Thank you. God bless you. God bless your brand. Okay, so that's it, guys. I think I'm about to wrap up because there's a lot I wrote out here, but then time is a constraint for us, and I don't want to overwhelm us with too much information. The little I've shared with us this evening, I believe they are sustainable. I want you to go and work with them, setting your sales goals and balancing your sales goal with your pricing, and dealing with the prices, your pricing, by charging a happy price. And I've gone out of my way to explain the happy price concept and the pricing formula that can give you happiness, right? Combine that and then know the number of units that you need to sell in a month. When you know the number of units you need to sell in a month to achieve your sales goal, then the question is, how do I get people to order that number of units for you to accomplish your sales goal? So if your sales goal is 200k and you're charging 8,000 naira per outfit, that means you need to charge 25. You need to make 25 units, on the average for you to get the 200k sales goal. So in your mind, the number you are looking at is just 25. It can be 25 customers that will buy one cloth each, or it could be just 5 customers that buy 5 clothes each, or 1 customer that buys 25 outfits. That is what matters right now. That helps you to be focused. You are not jumping up and down. You are not chasing too many people. Instead, you are looking for the figure that can achieve your sales goal. And you won't overwork yourself. Because one thing I know is this: when you set a sales goal and you accomplish it, it boosts your self-confidence. And remember, confidence is one of the keys to selling. It's actually the main pillar on which sales is done, because when you are in the mode to sell and you are talking with the potential customer, the confidence with which you talk about what you do, your expertise, your product, and the value it can give the customer, it will show in your manners, you know. So when you understand the place of confidence, then you will know that when you set a sales goal and you accomplish it, or you are very close to accomplishing it, it boosts your energy and you build something called momentum. Momentum means that you are in your stride. You build stride, you know, you are now moving in stride and you are now flowing. Things are working fine. Guys, you know, I think it's about 3 weeks now that I've been doing Facebook Lives, right? I've done for ready to wear. Now I'm doing for, you know, I'm doing for those of us that are aiming for 6-figure income, and I've done another for those that are fashion CEOs. I'm catering to 3 different audiences using Facebook Live. Fortunately, I'm getting a lot of contacts, you know, in my inbox on WhatsApp, you know, here in my DM on Facebook, because people are beginning to see that this thing is real. And I had one experience this afternoon that was very beautiful. I mean, the experience is that one of the people that I sent a message to their WhatsApp group regarding this evening's Facebook Live, she sent me a screenshot of a conversation with someone who saw the flyer of this Facebook Live on this person's WhatsApp status this afternoon and said thank you, that she's going to be here to watch this Facebook Live, because this Facebook Live, in this Facebook Live, we, now she's not saying Laoye Curtis now, she's saying we, that is Laoye Curtis and who I represent. We are now changing our mindset about the fashion business. We are helping our orientation to change about this industry. And she's seeing there's hope, there's more to this industry than just sewing clothes. And I'm happy that this kind of feedback is coming in. So this now gingers me. So as a set goal to organize Facebook Live webinars, right? I am gingered to do what? Do more. You know, and the more we're doing and the more impact we're seeing that the people who are watching are getting in their lives and getting tangible results to boot, then the more energized to do what? To do more. So these principles are principles of success that I'm sharing. I've only localized them to the fashion industry, right? So guys, set sales goals. Set them on a monthly basis. When you are starting out and you are yet to be doing ₦1 million a month, please set your sales goals on a monthly basis. So we will soon be in July. So start setting a sales goal for July. If you are in the below 100k monthly income cadre, then make a 100k your first sales goal. Then implement all that I've taught you here in terms of knowing how many units to sell, the price point at which you are going to sell in order to accomplish it, and then get out there and start promoting yourself to your customers, right? The part of going out there to hunt for customers, I will reserve it for the Fashion 6 Basic Coaching Program. So I'm encouraging you guys, make it a date to sign up for the Fashion 6 Basic Coaching Program that we're kicking off in July. Yeah, the next edition, the July to September edition of the Fashion 6 Basic Coaching Program is going to start on July 6. Yeah, I think that's a Monday, yeah, July 6. So you should make time to be there. And this next quarter, we are covering video marketing for fashion business. That is the central theme for the whole quarter, because in the Fashion 6 Basic Coaching Program, our focus is on teaching marketing strategies and sales strategies for you to grow. Because at the Fashion 6 Basic level, what we are after is how you can build a brand, how you can increase your income earning power, can make money, positive cash flow. That is what we are after. The benchmark of the Fashion 6 Basic Coaching Program is 500,000 naira. That means when you join us, we are working with you. We want to groom you till you are doing 500k per month. However, you may take a year for you to get to 500k. For somebody else, it may take them just 3 months. For you, it may be just 6 months, and for somebody else, it may be a year and a half. We all learn at different paces. We are not running a race. Everybody is going at their own pace. So the Fashion CBC program is going to help you there, because by October or December, we may scrap the Fashion CBC program and replace it with something more expensive, because the fewer people we work with, the better the results they get. So guys, this is time for you to quickly jump on the train, and be part of us. If your case is that of somebody who needs to be earning steady 6 figures, so the aspect of sales and marketing, for the aspect of sales, marketing and sales, to achieve the sales goals that we talked about, I would like you to join us. When you join us, we are going to be giving access to customer acquisition for fashion business course, which will teach you how to create your customer avatar. It will teach you how to generate leads. It will teach you how to create content for your customers' journey in their search for solution to problems, which is called customer journey. And it will also teach you the sales prospecting process, how to know when a person who is a total stranger becomes a prospect and they can be qualified to be a hot prospect and be followed up on to become a customer. And hope you know that when someone buys from you for the first time, well, they are not yet your customers per se, they are just your buyers. When they buy a second time, they're a second time buyer. When they come the third time, then we are talking about them becoming customers. Then you can implement your customer loyalty programs. You learn all of this in Fashion 6 basic coaching program and the customer acquisition for fashion business course, which you will be entitled to when you join us now. And then you will learn about WhatsApp marketing, right? WhatsApp marketing is a very, very powerful strategy for growing your business fast, 6 figures and 7 figures, because in Nigeria right now and Africa and most part of the world, WhatsApp is the preferred social messaging platform, so you're going to be having access to that. Then you're going to be learning fashion photography and smartphone graphics, so that the pictures that you put out there, right, they can be top notch, or the pictures that you use in your videos to come up with video, video products, they can be what? Top notch. So guys, it's gonna be a full blast in Fashion 6 basic July edition. In fact, they're having a 6-day masterclass for free in one of my WhatsApp groups right now, where they are learning how to do video marketing, smartphone graphics, and fashion photography. So guys, it's gonna be the bomb. I'd like you to join us. It's 15k per quarter, really, to join Fashion Basic, and you can pay twice. 10,000 first installment, 5k balance in 3 to 4 weeks. We make life as easy as possible. The goal is your income earning power. But then, if you don't set the goal, write it down and work with people of like minds. How can you get there? But I believe we'll get there when we work together, because my motto is we rise together. Thank you so much for finding time to be here. This is the end of our Facebook Live. God bless you. Until next time, keep winning. Bye for now.